Together with Mate Dodik, we went to another ATP Challenger this week, this time to the capital of Macedonia. Skopje is worth a visit, and we definitely felt very comfortable. Before that, a quick look back at Sebastian Sorga. He reached the semi-finals last week at the Future in Bosnia and lost there in 3 sets in a good match. All in all, a good week for him. Mate Dodik actually traveled to Skopje to play the qualification. He had already been in the draw, but at the last moment there was a withdrawal, and so he went straight into the main draw. The Juk Tennis Club is beautifully situated in a park and is surrounded by rich greenery. Anyone who has seen my last video knows that I really like it. We played on 4 courts that were next to each other, as well as a small center court. There was a small players area and a warm-up area for the players. It could get very hot there due to the roofing. The club's restaurant is located a little above the courts and offers a beautiful overview of the facility. The food was good, perhaps the portions could be a little bigger, at least for the players. There was also a small cafe in the heart of the complex, so that everything was taken care of. The Players Hotel was an impressive building. With the open space in the middle, it was a little out of the ordinary, but it created a good atmosphere. The prices for hotel and food are really okay, especially in the restaurants. You can eat well and inexpensively. My impression was that it is not easy economically for the people here, but they know how to enjoy their lives more than perhaps in economically richer regions. In any case, the people here knew how to celebrate their festivities, whether in the restaurants or in front of the hotel. There was always something going on. The climate was also noticeable during these days. Although it was not very hot, the humidity was very high. As a result, the players were sweating a lot more compared to Tunis last week. Of course, tennis was also played here. Mate Dodik won his first match close in 3 sets against Frenchman Gauthier. It wasn't easy to find a rhythm with this opponent, so it was a hard-working victory. In the second round, it was going to be even more difficult to find a rhythm. Mate lost to the American Segerman in 3 sets, despite having match point in the second set. It was a bitter defeat. The opponent has a very unpleasant kick serve, and you never know what will happen with the rest of the game. Mate has to learn to cope better with these opponents. The quality of his own shots, even if they don't come off easily, needs to be improved. Mate then went home for a few days until the start of practice the following week. Yuri Rodionov played in the qualifications at the French Open this week. It was another close defeat. The confidence to win such matches is definitely an issue for Yuri at the moment. My partner, Ivan Galic, was at the Future with Slava Belinsky and Sebastian Sorga in Bol, Croatia. Ivan and I discussed the issues and experiences with our players every day. And to be honest, we are often surprised. How dependent players are on being presented with solutions often leaves us speechless. Finding solutions yourself is the most important part of competition, and we try to encourage disability wherever possible. But of course, the players also have to be prepared to think about it themselves. In exchange with other coaches, we are aware that we are not the only ones with these problems. Independent thinking and problem solving is certainly not encouraged in times like these. It is certainly the biggest challenge for us, and sometimes our patience is severely tested. And how did things go in ball? Sebastian Sorga lost in a tough match to Portugal's Vale in 3 sets in the quarterfinals. Too bad, as he was already a break ahead in the 3rd set. But he was a little less aggressive afterwards, and that was promptly punished. Slava Bielinski is in the semifinals and is still playing after the video was released. Definitely a good week for Slava so far. Next week there will be a different video as usual. I hope to see you again next week.